Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at the top stories on Nigerian newspapers this morning. On the front page of This Nigeria, the lead story is captioned, "Blood flows again in Plateau as gunmen kill 30. Women, children among victims, shocked Governor Mutfwang, calls incident genocide. Attackers struck few hours after government declared curfew Mangu local government. And there is an aerial view of the headquarters of Mangu local government area, just showing you how the structures are placed there, of course, in the aftermath of the attack. Other stories on This Nigeria: FCTA mobilizes traditional leaders to strengthen fight against insecurity in Abuja. U.S. tech hub in Lagos reinforces vibrant relationship with Nigeria, says U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. Afeni Ferry removes Adebanjo as acting leader. NSCDC destroys massive illegal refinery site in Rivers. And the presidency is speaking out, saying President Tinubu has no plan to relocate federal capital to Lagos and says ethnic bigots are behind claims. We'll get to that in a moment, but let's check out Vanguard now. Plateau still dominating headline stories. Gunmen defy curfew, kill more than 30, raise houses. Group alleges compromised by security agencies. Vice President Shettima is quoted as saying, ending insecurity, our cardinal agenda. Money laundering charge, former Governor Obiano pleads not guilty, gets bail. That has, been reported on the program earlier. Relief coming with more forex reduced inflation, says CBN and the Economic Summit Group. Ahead of the Edo governorship poll, Ihodalo vows to tackle poverty, other areas. In the meantime, Eze-Iyamo Imose join race. And up above the masthead, several stories there. Among them, price of rice up 81% in 1 year. Onions rise 123%. Nasarawa airstrike, victims still awaiting justice 1 year after. Amnesty International is raising concerns there. And in Ondo State, Ayedatiwa picks deputy, sacks cabinet. Nigerian Tribune is next. Gunmen defy curfew, kill 25 in Plateau local government. In Mangu, that is. Several houses, markets burnt. Now, aftermath of Supreme Court judgment, fears mount over Lagos Waterways assets. UNICEF also making the headline there. Only 43% of 6,000 schools in Nigeria meet minimum safety standard. FG will review concession agreement for 43.2 billion naira, Ibadan Dry Port and others. On the Ibadan explosion that occurred last week, still in the news, number of fatalities still unknown, people still unaccounted for. That's according to the Residents Association. And Naira currently undervalued. That's according to the CBN governor, with the finance minister going on to say that the federal government is targeting 77% increase in internally generated revenue. Finally, with me is the Leadership newspaper. More bloodshed, it says, in Benue, Plateau State, as gunmen kill 55. Attacks premeditated. Don't sleep with two eyes closed, says Governor Mutfwang. Plateau Group accuses military. Northern leaders proffer solutions. On AFCON, Odegbami caution, Odegbami as well as Lawal caution Eagles against Cameroon ahead of their second group match on Saturday. And talking about the Ataga murder, Chidinma, the prime suspect, confessed to spiking Ataga's drinks. That's an ongoing trial, and a police witness brings that claim amongst other revelations at the sitting on Wednesday. Afenifere removes Dayo Adebanjo as leader. Olaide Adelami emerges Ondo deputy governor. Check out all the stories in the papers so far.
So we'll move to Blueprint newspaper. It says your presidency to critics. Tinubu has no plans to relocate FCT to Lagos. Dume's comment on CBN fan, not Senate stand, says Karimi. President's championing national cohesion, says Malagi. Federal government projects 77% increase in 2024 RGR. sets 19.4 trillion naira target for FIRS. That's in the Blueprint newspaper this morning. We move to The Guardian. 1999 constitution's wear and tear, endless reviews and amendments cost National Assembly 1 billion naira yearly. Time to revamp Nigeria's criminal justice system. Bakar Shatima proffers solutions to insecurity. CBN targets 21.4% inflation, says Naira is undervalued. Ayedatiwa gears up for Guba race, nominates Akeredolu Kingsman as deputy. Afenifere sacks Adebanjo as acting leader, abrogates deputy leader position. That's in The Guardian. Of course, 30 people killed in Plateau amid curfew imposed on Mangu Council. That's in The Guardian this morning. We move to Salient Times. 2023, federal government accrues 12.37 trillion naira in taxes, as FIRS surpasses revenue target by 816 billion naira in 2024. 2 dead, others injured, as suspected herdsmen attack Benue community. NRC generated 4.2 billion naira from train services in 9 months, says NBS. Court dissolves 25-year-old marriage over alleged lack of love. Afenifere sacks Adebanjo's acting leader, deputy leader. Police to arraign Kwara federal lawmaker over certificate forgery. And AFCON, Ivory Coast sacked Jean-Louis Gazette over poor results. That's in the Salient Times this morning. So we'll move to Punch newspaper, and it says here, EFCC probes $347 billion funds, summoned foreign firms, industrial companies, banks get lion's share under Emefiele, social services receive least forex allocation, anti-corruption agency deepens forex scandal probe, detectives may grill 5 foreign companies next week. 4 billion naira theft, EFCC lines up 15 witnesses against Obiano. Ondo Assembly screens new deputy governors at the Ayedatiwa Sachs cabinet. 10 Ibadan explosion victims still missing, Residents Association say. Afenifere demands state police scraps Adebanjo's leadership title. That's in the Punch newspaper this morning. The Nation says, yes, CBN battling to restore Naira to its real value, says Cardoso. That's in the Nation newspaper amidst other stories there. We move to the first news. Why petrol price will fall in 2024, CBN governor says. Naira undervalued, inflation expected to decline to 21%, says Cardoso. Marketers kick as NNPCL delays fuel supply. Ayedatiwa sacks Akeredolu's commissioners, advisors nominate late governor's kinsman as deputy. Appoint SSG COP Ondo Assembly to screen deputy governor's nominee today. That's in the First News newspaper this morning. We move to Daily Independent. CBN governor hints on reduction in petrol price inflation. Assures ongoing reforms will bring positive outcomes. Says Naira currently undervalued, FX to stabilize this year. Abdusalami urges a multifaceted approach to insecurity in the north. And you see the picture there of Sheyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State. Senator Adolphus Wabara, former Senate President and Chairman Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, and some other people there who visited the governor's office in Ibadan, Oyo State, of course, to understand the state of the situation in Bodija. And that's it in the Daily Independent this morning. Nigerian News Direct says CBN wields rod to tame inflation, forex infraction, as Cardoso promises to bring inflation down to 21.4%. Edu Adedeji harp on domestic revenue mobilization, says 77% IGR increase possible. Federal government seeks private sector intervention in developing road infrastructure. Stop playing politics. Tinubu has no plan to relocate FCT to Lagos, says Onanuga. How non-state actors deprive local government of 50 billion naira revenue, says Oyedele. NGX hits new landmark as ASI crosses 100,000 points. That's in Nigerian News Direct. And finally with me here, Business Day. High potential sectors missing in Nigeria's growth story, says NESG. CBN governor says Naira undervalued, targets genuine price discovery, predicts lower inflation, stable naira in 2024. That's it in the business day this morning.
All right, several stories there. Of course, security remains paramount, yeah, and more bloodshed in Benue State. Almost all the papers have that, and yet more, all of this, pointing out to one major thing. Now, there is a need for, quick solutions, long-lasting solutions, if I may add, that will ensure that peace is the order of the day there. And, of course, Afenifere removes Ayo Adebanjo as leader. That story is also bound to generate some reactions, some major reactions. Today, the former leader, Fashoranti, had, we understand that, the crisis rocking the Afenifere socio-political group. There are reports that the crisis there is deepening, and especially with this, it doesn't appear, it remains to be seen how peace will also become, paramount within the Afenifere, especially with this announcement that, the Ayo Adebanjo has been removed as leader. Of course, these are, I wonder if you have any other story that sticks out for you.
Well, basically, of course, the security story in Plateau State stuck out for me. And also the fact that I saw a story where the Cardoso CBN was saying that it's restoring confidence. It's saying that petrol price will fall in 2024. That's according to the government, because it's quite important that this comes quite quickly.
Right.
Because many Nigerians are actually not happy with the fact that we have fuel price increase at this time at some places 600 naira per liter, some 610 naira, some 630 naira. And in other states, it's quite higher than that. So that needs to come on time, because once there's an increase in fuel price, it affects every other thing in the market. So that's one story that caught my attention as well.
Of course, Saturday is almost here. It's going to be a big day for the Super Eagles, and that also found its way to the front page. Some papers are reporting that Segun Odegbami, of course, the mathematician Segun Odegbami in sports, in football, that is saying, some are saying he said it's going to be an easy win for the Super Eagles against the indomitable Cameroon players.
Lions of Cameroon.
But, then other papers are saying that, the Super Eagles, according to Segun Odegbami, need to watch out for, some critical areas that may be weak points or may be used or capitalized against them ahead of their match on Saturday. And this is the knockout stage.
So, going to the AFCON, no country at the AFCON is it should be looked down at, because no one expected that Ivory Coast Cote d'Ivoire will not do well. So they've sacked their coach as well. So
see Equatorial Guinea
as well.
How they just
Ghana,
proved mathematicians wrong.
So in the past, you will say, okay, Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Senegal, and we're hopeful. So maybe even South Africa. But now, no, you can't say one particular country. So you can actually say, okay, so some countries will go far, but you cannot actually pinpoint a country that will win the AFCON. So it's quite dicey in this situation. We don't know. Cameroon has been our major
absolutely familiar foes.
Yeah, for us a lot of times. Today, so that at the point we won Cameroon, and we're all happy that there was a public holiday the next day. So because of that celebration, so we are looking forward to that match. But I'm concerned about the let me use the word lackluster preparation or performance of the Super Eagles for their various games. Remember, the last game was an own goal that got us a win. And if we don't convert our chances to goals quickly, and I still maintain that putting Osimhen in front alone is dangerous for not just the guy, but for our chances, because he's an Africa Footballer of the Year. So everyone will attack him. Let's have people that are not even known to go forward with him and get us the goal. We need those goals quickly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, amidst the concerns, of course, there's still people who are cheering, and we are one of them, even though the reality, naturally one will speak about the reality. But yes, we're rooting for the Super Eagles and hope that they make the country proud.
Yes.
That is.